What is going on, Headliner Nation? Welcome to the Week 8 live show. I can see Kyle maneuvering covertly down there to unmute his microphone so people don't forget to, hear his...
Actually, I was turning down the volume because I had you too far up.
Oh, yeah, I was probably pretty loud. I'm fighting the cold here, so I'm trying to make sure I accentuate my words tonight, Kyle. It's a big word for me. I'm not going to lie, that one hurt a little bit. That one hurt the brain a little bit to even come up with. I don't know where it came from.
We're going to fan you off here a little bit.
I'm done. I'm spent. No letting it flows tonight. Just kidding.
Don't say that.
No, we're going to let it flow. Don't worry. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Had a great week at work, school, whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. Hopefully everybody had themselves a great week and is ready to go for some football here. And Kyle, we've got a lot of things to talk about and probably already have about 6,000 questions that are being thrown our way. Before we get into them, how are we doing tonight?
We are doing well. It feels good to be back together in the same stream. Last week you were out. I had to do it on my own. Had a good live stream. A lot of people showed up. This week I was gone, so you had to do basically all the episodes on your own. But we're back together.
Yeah, that sucks.
Peanut butter and jelly, Swiss and ham. I don't know what are other things that go together.
I don't know, but I'm glad you kind of stopped right there before it got a little bit awkward. But hey, we're going to go ahead and start getting into some questions. Like I said, I know there's a lot of stuff going on out there, a lot of weather conditions that people want to know about. We do have some rain possible in the Buffalo game. A lot of people want to know about that between Philadelphia and Buffalo. There is a good chance of rain in that game. That may be something where it limits some of the upside of the wide receivers and the quarterbacks. Also, another game, Cleveland, New England. That's another game that looks like it's got over an 80% chance of rain. Could be some sloppy field conditions there also. Wasn't too high in the Browns offense anyway, but maybe this limits that passing game even more. More Sony Michel, more Nick Chubb possibly. That's what we're looking at there. But I'm going to go ahead and start getting into a few questions here while Kyle gets everything posted on all of our social medias and everybody gets good to go. The first one we're going to start off with is Jack Hansen. He wants to know if we can trust Breeze this week. And this is another one of those big questions. In my opinion, why is Drew Brees even active? I don't understand why rushing him back. Teddy Bridgewater was winning football games. They're going up against the Cardinals, who are, yes, improved over last year maybe. But I think that the Saints still could have won this game with Teddy Bridgewater. Why bring back Drew Brees this early? I'm not overly anxious to throw him right into my starting lineup. But if I have no other options, even though quarterback is such a deep position, I would think about it. But I'm kind of looking elsewhere if I have something else. What about you, Kyle?
Basically I'm putting Drew Brees in where I had Teddy Bridgewater. So I had Teddy Bridgewater right at number 13, quarterback 13 for the week. And, it's against Arizona. So obviously the ceiling's there, and that's why I'm going to put him that far up. But the one thing that I will say, too, is that if you have other options that are above him in our rankings, I'm definitely going to go with him, because the last thing you want is for him to be out there for a half and then all of a sudden say, maybe they're up, 14 at the half, and they say, you know what, maybe we're going to put Teddy B back in. Just Breeze hasn't felt right or something like that. So I want to be super careful with that situation this weekend.
Yeah, and it's such a deep position like the quarterback position. More than likely, you probably have other options anyway.
Yeah.
And then our boy here, I see him in the chat, just joking and token, wants to know about Chase Edmonds. Now, Chase Edmonds has been a very high topic of conversation here the past couple of weeks. The guy's been blowing it out of the water with a David Johnson injury, but going up against the St. Run's defense is probably the most difficult matchup he's going to face here in this young season for him anyway. Even if David Johnson sits, the ceiling is still somewhat limited for Chase Edmonds, but the volume should be there. So if you're dealing with a lot of injuries, bye weeks, whatever it may be, he's still not a bad option, just more of a flex option in my opinion this week.
Yep.
All right, let's see. What about the next one here? We got Justin Oliver, David Montgomery or Royce Freeman. I mean, right now I think Royce Freeman's probably a little bit safer. David Montgomery, until he can really establish consistent volume on a weekly basis, is kind of just a crapshoot at this point. What about Darnold or Wentz? Sam Darnold or Carson Wentz? Sam Darnold coming off of, what is that? What was that TV show called where they went ghost hunting? Ghost Hunters? I don't know what it was called.
What's that TV show where they went ghost hunting? Ghost Hunters?
I mean, it may be. I have no idea. I don't watch TV. I don't have time to watch TV. Whatever it was, that's what he dealt with last week. So now we got him or Wentz. Neither one of them I'm overly excited about. But honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with Sam Darnold, which may sound a little bit crazy, but going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars with no Jalen Ramsey anymore, I don't hate that matchup for Sam Darnold. I think they bounce back this week.
I have Wentz a couple of spots ahead of Darnold, just because he's been more consistent this year. So I'm gonna defer to him in this matchup, even though I don't like the matchup. I will say that Darnold probably has a higher ceiling. I just think that Wentz has a much higher floor than him. So the best is yet to come for Darnold. It's going to happen. I'm not giving up on him for the season, but I just don't love it this week. But if you have Ryan Tannehill out there and you can pick up Ryan Tannehill, I would do that.
Perfect. All right, Kyle, you got some questions on your side?
We do. Let's kick this off. Danny Martinez, appreciate the question. Start one wide receiver and one flex. Evans, Coleman, and Brown.
Evans, Coleman, and Brown. That's John Brown.
Jay Brown.
So it's John Brown. I'm going to have to go with Evans and Coleman. I love John Brown, but the weather somewhat scares me, especially if it's a windy day. Give me Coleman on the ground as the safer option there, and Mike Evans is going to be my other choice there.
Yep. Deadly Voltage, full PPR flex, Eckler, Gordon, Hunter Henry, John Brown, or OBJ. So it sounds like we're just picking one.
Man. I kind of tabbed this week as the week that Melvin Gordon somewhat returns. But there's a lot of great options there. Melvin Gordon may not be the safest option. I think Austin Eckler is still going to be a big part of that offense. Also, Odell Beckham, honestly, I'm not going to touch him this week. It's a bad matchup and bad weather on top of that. Not going to risk it with him. I think if you want to be risky, you go Melvin. You want to be a little bit safer, you go Eckler.
Yep. Antonio Salas in a full PPR. Are we flexing Evans, Aaron Jones, or John Brown?
I mean, it's between Evans and Brown. Or excuse me, it's between Evans and who was the second option?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones. Those are my two options really right there. I think Aaron Jones may be slightly safer, have the safer floor. If you're looking for a more high risk, high reward, then you go with Mike Evans.
Jason Glickman, Sanu or Cooks this week? Thanks, guys. Thanks to you, Jason. Appreciate the question.
I mean, what do you think about Sanu, Kyle? I mean, I'm a little bit worried just to throw him into my lineup here in the first week. He's only been a Patriot for 3 or 4 days. Now, I know a lot of people want to use Antonio Brown was used right away. Well, he was there for almost the entire full week. Do I want to say that there was a plan in place beforehand? I mean, I hope there wasn't, but it's not a big surprise when he went to New England. But it's a little bit different when you're comparing Antonio Brown and Mohamed Sanu. I love Sanu going to the Patriots. I just don't know if I'm quick to throw him in my lineup this week.
When was the last time a wide receiver was traded in the middle of the season and really not just came out of the gates and had a really good week, but overall, throughout the rest of the season had a really good season. So I like Sanu. I think he's a good fit. I think he could do, but I mean, last year, a lot of people were excited for Golden Tate with Philadelphia, and he did absolutely nothing. So, I think I would just end up going Cooks this week just to play it safe.
Yeah, I'd have to agree too. I love Sanu there going forward, but this week I'd probably have to go with Cooks.
Azul Barrientos wants to know, we're picking 2 in a PPR, DK, Robbie Anderson, MVS, or Landry. I think DK is a really good play this week.
I love DK Metcalf this week. In my start sit video, I highlighted a couple stats on how the Atlanta Falcons have given up so many big plays this year, and that's really where DK Metcalf excels. I love DK Metcalf this week. The other choices were MVS and who else?
Robbie Anderson or Jarvis Landry.
Honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with MVS. I mean, the volume isn't really there for him, but he's one of those wide receivers that doesn't need 10 targets to have a solid fantasy day. So I'm going to have to go with MVS as my second option.
And then we're moving on here. Danny Martinez, Josh Allen, or Jameis Winston this week. I had Josh Allen a lot higher. I had him as high as quarterback 6 this week, but I definitely think he's going to still get a bump down for me. But still over Jameis Winston. Because like I said on my rankings video today, Jameis Winston for fantasy football is like a box of chocolates. You just never know what you're going to get.
Kyle, you got to do it in the accent or the voice if you're going to do it.
I can't. You never know what you're going to see. I can't.
Wow, yeah, that was horrible. Don't even try to continue. Okay.
I'm not good with that stuff.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. So, Drew W, sit OBJ for Tate or Woods.
Man. I think Tate may be slightly safer this week, than Robert Woods. I think that the only concern that I have with the Rams wide receivers going up against Cincinnati is if they get a lead in the first half, which we expect them to get, at least I do, how much do they rely just on the running game, either Todd Gurley, Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown going forward? That's the part where the upside may be limited a little bit and really worries me. I don't think the Giants are good enough to go out there and get a huge lead on anybody. They're going to have to throw the ball for 4 quarters. That makes Golden Tate a little bit more intriguing, especially now there's no Darius Slay for the Lions.
Wait, what'd you just say?
What do you mean? Which part? I said a lot of things.
Darius Slay.
For the Lions. He's not playing, so I mean it makes it even.
He is out then.
Yes.
Okay, I hadn't seen it yet. That's why
last I saw a report was he was out and not playing, so that only helps out Golden Tate.
And I think we also need to remember that Quandre Diggs was just traded as well. And I know he's not a mainstream name, but for those of you that are Lions fans like myself, Diggs was a really good player. I was absolutely shocked to see him traded, so that's another hit to the secondary. I personally like Tate with a revenge game this week.
Yep, so do I, going up against his former team. Good point.
Shane Fuco, do you play Josh Allen still, even with the weather? I have Breeze. Just wasn't going to start him. Do you start Hyde in F instead of John Brown? You guys are legit. I don't know what Hyde in F means, though. Do you start Hyde in F instead of John Brown? And flex, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, we can go with that.
Okay, so let's start with that. Hyde or Brown in the flex?
Man, it would be John Brown easily if it wasn't for the weather. But the weather does worry me a little bit. I may wait till the very last second on that choice and look at some of the weather reports right before game time, right before kickoff, like 30 minutes before kickoff. Check that weather report. If it looks like it's going to be okay in Buffalo, I go with Brown. If it looks like the weather is going to be absolute dog crap, then I go to Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I'm going to say too with Josh Allen. I'm going to stress this to everybody watching right now. If you're planning on using anybody in the Buffalo game tomorrow, you 100% need to be checking the weather report all morning. Got a question on Twitter about it, and I responded to the guy, and I was like, honestly, like I can't answer that question right now. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the weather report. I'm going to have to see what happens. How long is the rain going to last for? Is it going to be rainy all day? Is it going to be intense in one part and not the other? Is the wind going to be steady all day? Are there going to be a lot of extreme wind, like stuff like that? You just have to keep an eye on it. So it is Josh Allen still for me right now. You know, Carson Wentz still basically playing him too at this point in time. We have to keep an eye on it. We have to look at it tomorrow. So just remember that.
Yeah, keep an eye. And one thing here real quick, as I'm watching the chat go by, I'm seeing a few guys out there that are repeating their questions over and over. Like they're just copying, pasting, and putting it in. I just want to tell you guys, for some reason, things have changed. And Google will now look at live chats and take that as spam, and they will block your account. So I would recommend not doing that in the chat. This is just a reminder. It's not us. I don't understand why it's happened. But if you're copying and pasting in your questions, Google will block you. I've had people reach out to me already and say that they've actually deleted accounts from people. So be careful with that. Just a fair warning for the people. But make sure you hit the like button because there's not very many likes. Less than 100 likes right now is absolutely crazy.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So if you do ask your question, just give it a couple of minutes. We're answering as many as we possibly can.
Yep. Absolutely.
Odin 2112 is asking Ty Johnson, Davante Freeman, or Derrick Henry in a full PPR, and that's it's not Ty Johnson at all. I'm not starting Ty Johnson in any lineup this week unless it's absolutely called for. I'm just going to throw that out there right now because I think this is a split down the middle this week, and I do not think Ty Johnson is going to do anything near what people are expecting.
I even said in my show, as a flex play at best, if you have no other options for Ty Johnson. Like you said, I do expect J.D. McKissic to be involved. I think that there may be a slight edge, personally, towards Ty Johnson, but not enough to really have a huge distance or a huge gap between them. So what was the other options between him and Ty Johnson?
Derrick Henry and Devonta Freeman. It's Henry pretty easy for me. Even in a full PPR.
For me, it's a little bit closer. I mean, Devonta Freeman it's a great matchup going up against Seattle. No Matt Ryan. They're going to rely more on the running game, more check down passes from Matt Schaub. I see maybe a little bit more usage. There's no Ito Smith this week for the Atlanta Falcons. For me, in a PPR format, I personally would go Freeman.
Yep, I think they're going to be really, really close. Either way, I think you'll end up being just fine.
Yep.
I would try to get both of them in your lineup if you can.
Well, wow, Kyle just asking for everything: his cake and everything else. What's it called? What's that saying? Have your cake and eat it too. You can't
have your cake and eat it too.
Go. That's what you're trying to do right now. Kyle,
why are you talking about cake?
Well, I always talk about cake, Kyle. It's not just right now. I like cake.
All right, so I am going to completely ruin this name, and I am so sorry. Javorg Shak Malikayan. I'm so sorry.
There's no way that's even remotely close.
I'm so sorry. I screwed it up. Pick 2, Corey Davis, Odell, Melvin Gordon, or Hyde. I think I just called him Melvin Gordon instead of
Gordon,
Melvin.
you did, but we're just gonna scan right past that part. So Corey Davis, Melvin Gordon, and who are the other choices?
Odell and Hyde.
Give me Melvin. I'm gonna go with Melvin Gordon and Corey Davis this week. I actually like Corey Davis. I haven't said that in 2 years. But I think Corey Davis has a legit chance this week to go out there and get a solid game going up against a porous Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary with Ryan Tannehill under center.
Hey, I just got to give a shout out to Kalen Collins in the chat real quick, dropping a very nice comment telling me the beard is on point today.
I don't know how we're going to continue to be able to do this show without a different setup because your head's not going to fit in the screen much longer.
Looking good. I got the fresh cut. Okay, the beard.
Okay.
The no shave November started early. It's faded in perfectly.
If the people only knew that I had to deal with this every single day of my life.
All right, Javorg, I'm so sorry that I messed up your name. Dominic wants to know, is this a good trade? Sending David Johnson and Chase Edmonds for Kelsey and Miles Sanders. This is like super team dependent for me.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty even trade. If you're strong at strong at running back and need help at tight end, I think it's a pretty even trade.
The problem is even the stud tight ends aren't producing consistently this year. I mean, even Travis Kelsey isn't putting up huge numbers, and now there's no Patrick Mahomes possibly for a few weeks. I mean, that really kind of limits it. So, yeah, it's a close trade. Personally, I don't know if I do that. I know it's a tough couple of games coming up for the Arizona Cardinals for David Johnson and Chase Edmonds, but, I mean, I don't know if you're going to really win that trade. It's kind of a wash based on the other players on your team.
So just got a message from Ryan O'Connell, the great drafting king himself, our DFS resident expert here at the Fantasy Headliners. Just a quick note about Philadelphia at Buffalo. A note on that game, there's a decent chance of rain, but the specifics of the weather report are not going to be known until Sunday morning, basically what we said. But there is potential for 20-mile-per-hour sustained wind and rain all day. So that, again, like we said, we have to keep an eye on that game basically all morning up until kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just going to be one of those games that we just don't know ahead of time. Could go either way.
All right, our man Arnie Ponce, what's going on, my man? I got offered Josh Jacobs for Sony Michel and Golden Tate. My other running back is Chubb and Singletary. Should I take this? So he gets Jacobs for Michel and Tate, and I'm pretty good with that trade. You're not?
Normally I would be, but I'm really worried about the shoulder of Josh Jacobs. I mean, he's having to take shots of painkillers just to even get in the game. At what point does maybe it just become too much? That's the only thing that has me a little bit worried is just the injury. He's not even able to practice on a weekly basis. I mean, we're talking about practice, you know what I mean? But still, it just worries me a little bit. I'm just not overly excited. Normally, I would say yes, that's a trade I will make. It just has me a little bit worried with the shoulder injury.
I'm going to say this is one of those. It's a risky trade, but I think the upside is so good that personally, if you have a strong team, I'm willing to risk it.
For the biscuit?
Risk it for the biscuit, as
Perfect.
we like to say here. Robert Gomez and a half PPR. He has DeAndre Hopkins, Kupp, Lockett, Mike Evans, Ty Johnson, Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb.
I've lost count, Kyle. You're going to have to start
All right,
over.
so here's the thing. He needs 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. We are starting Chubb at running back 100%. So that's one of those. Now, 2 wide receivers. We have Hopkins, Kupp, Lockett, and Evans. We're definitely starting Hopkins.
And, man, I would say I like Lockett a lot this week.
So you have to start 2 running backs. So Chubb and Eckler are going to be that. I'm starting Eckler over Ty Johnson 100%.
Yep.
So then Hopkins, Kupp, and Lockett, or are we starting Mike Evans over Kupp or Lockett?
Man, I personally, I would go with Kupp and Lockett. I like all those options. I think all those other options, no matter how you decide to go, is going to be beneficial for you. I think Kupp is the safest play of the trio of LA wide receivers this week.
Our man Joshua again, he will end up being like the very first intern we ever hire.
Yeah.
So he's in the chat dropping some questions for us. Oh boy. Have Chubb plus the New England defense. Do I play both or flex someone else? Evans, Edelman, Woods, Sony, Edmonds, or Golden Tate? And then he says Chubb in the tight end.
I mean, is it possible to flex your Chubb? I mean, I don't know if that's physically possible, but if you could flex your Chubb, I'd be all over it.
Oh boy.
I mean, I see the kind of like negative correlation there between starting both of them, but if you don't have better options, then it's something that's not bad. I mean, unfortunately, you can't put Chubb in your tight end this time, Josh, but maybe there will be a time here in the future where you'll be able to. Who are the other options we had there? I've kind of lost all,
Evans,
focus.
Edelman, Woods, Sony, Edmonds, and Tate. I'm not starting it. I'm starting Chubb. If I own Chubb, he's in my lineup.
Yep. Even though it's a difficult matchup, I'm starting Chubb also.
Yeah, because I think Chubb can have a good game and get you enough fantasy points, and New England will still play well and get you fantasy points as your defense. So
yeah, exactly. And then
James McIntosh, 12-team, 1-point PPR. Oh man, I just lost the question. Let me scroll back up here. We might need to start moving a little bit quicker. So
right. Let's go rapid fire. Give it to me.
If I can get caught back up. Here it is. 12 teams, 1-point PPR, choosing 3. Gurley, Edmonds, Ty Johnson, Juju, AJ Brown.
Gurley,
choosing 3.
Gurley, Edmonds, and Juju would be my choices.
Nick does mobile, sending in a dono. We appreciate that, Nick. Thank you very much. Carlos Enriquez in a full PPR pick 2. Hilton, Jeffrey, John Brown, or Corey Davis.
Hilton, Jeffrey, John Brown, Corey Davis.
Yep.
It's going to be John Brown based on weather. Once again, check that in the morning. And then, man, I hate to say Corey Davis over those other names, but I think right now he has the next best matchup.
Yeah, I know neither of us are in love with Hilton this week. We think it's going to be a tough week.
I mean, Chris Harris has been locking down wide receiver ones all year long.
Yep. Splems wants to know, what is the best flex option this week? Tyrell Williams, Allen Robinson, or OBJ?
For me, it's probably going to be, Allen Robinson. I mean, the targets are going to be there. He's the legit number 1 wide receiver for that offense. A decent matchup going up against the Chargers. He'd probably be the safest option in my opinion.
Honestly, Houston's been giving up some pretty big plays to wide receivers this year. If Tyrell Williams is playing, I'm putting him in my lineup.
And it sounds like he is. It's just his first game back after having a few weeks off. How much involvement he gets is kind of up in the air.
Yeah. Tan Fam wants to know Derek Carr, Tannehill, or Uncle Rico. Thank you, Tan. Appreciate it. It's Tannehill for me 100%. I have him as a quarterback 1 this week. Not but a quarterback 1. Top 12.
Agreed.
Mark Cleveland wants to know, are we trading Chris Carson for Aaron Jones?
No, I am not. Because right now Chris Carson is getting ridiculous volume, and Aaron Jones still has Jamal Williams to worry about.
Elmas Cabrera says Edmonds or Metcalf or Keenan Allen in the flex. Well, is Keenan Allen, again, I have not seen an update on him today.
Questionable. He's still questionable.
Still questionable, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Keenan Allen's still questionable. Man, I again, we talked about it. We really like Metcalf this week.
Yep. I think Metcalf has that ridiculous ceiling this week going up against that secondary of Atlanta.
My swollen taint says, looking good, boys.
Hey, it's always good to get a compliment from my swollen taint.
Greg Corridus said, whoa. Wait a second. Greg says, Kyle, why does Seth Rogen look like you? Nobody has ever said that there is a correlation between myself and Seth Rogen.
Me neither.
People have said Aaron Rodgers about myself.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Greg, nobody has ever said that before. Typically, Jake is the one getting those comparisons.
Never gotten it before. It's weird. Crazy how that works.
RC Productions, sup fellas, tight end question, Dawson Knox or Janu Smith. Give me all that Janu Smith this week. I've got him as a tight end 1 as well. I think I've got him at tight end 7.
I don't know if it's Janu or Janu, but either one, he's my choice.
Smith.
Yes, J. Smith.
Showstopper 85, Metcalf or Stills in a PPR.
I got Metcalf higher. I think he's a little bit safer, but nothing against Kenny Stills. I just have DK ranked a little bit higher.
Brian Alley, need help. Fitz, Corey Davis, Crowder, Kenny Stills, or Ridley. He's got to start 3.
Okay, read them again. Fitz is going to be one of them for me.
Fitz. Okay, he's one. Then Corey Davis, Crowder, Kenny Stills, or Ridley. Stills is going to be the second one for me there.
It's close. It's going to be between Stills and Corey Davis for me. I think Corey Davis has the slighter, safer floor, but the higher upside is going to be Kenny Stills if you want to risk it.
You get to pick 3, though. So are you going with those 3?
Absolutely. Give me all 3 of them. Throw them all in the bag.
Justin wants to know, trying to decide who to start or sit in my last 2 slots. Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, or Ty Johnson in a half PPR. Thanks, guys. It's Eckler and Henry for me 100%. I am not playing Ty Johnson this week unless I absolutely have to.
Yep, like you said, there's other good options right there. So, yeah, no reason to tempt it there with Ty Johnson.
Joshua Ibarra, Marvin Jones, or Kenny Galladay. Also thinking Jones because he tends to see more production on easier matchups. And then he wants to know Brady or Brissette. I have Brady over Brissette this week. But what about Marvin Jones or Kenny Galladay?
I mean, everybody wants to think that way because of last week. I mean, last week's game was huge, but he doubled his season total last week. I mean, he had 20 receptions for the season and had 10 last week. I mean, it's not like this is something that's a weekly occurrence. Had a great game. I think that they kind of get back to more of an even split. They're not just going to abandon Kenny Galladay altogether. And in a decent matchup for him, I still have Galladay as a safer play, even though last week was a different story.
The problem with Jones and Galladay is they never play well at the same time.
Yep.
If one has a good game, the other has a bad game. If one has a good game, the other one has it's never the same. So you have to look at it and always say Marvin Jones is going to be the guy that's going to be the one prone to blow up and have the bigger games. But Galladay is always going to be the safer choice.
Yep, absolutely.
Cuter Lokes says pick 2, Mike Evans, AJ Brown, Metcalf, Ty Hilton. T.Y. Hilton. Why'd I call him Ty?
I don't know, just because you just read like an adult. Say him again, though. Who are they?
Evans, Brown, Metcalf, Hilton, AJ Brown.
Evans is going to be 1.
Okay. Then AJ Brown, Metcalf, or T.Y. Hilton.
I got Metcalf higher.
Rocky Road Warrior says pick 2. Golden Tate, Godwin, absolutely Godwin.
Yep.
Metcalf, Corey Davis, or Stills. And he says standard PPR. I think that's an oxymoron, but that's okay.
What'd you call him?
I didn't say.
Can't call our viewers that.
So Rocky Road Warrior, I did not call you that. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, so who are they again?
You're picking one more. Tate, Metcalf, Davis, or Stills.
Man, am I going to die on the Corey Davis hill this week? I mean, am I going to be a lonely man on the top of this mountain by the end of the week?
No, because I think there's others that are also agreeing with that take.
I mean, I think Corey Davis is still the safer option there, which is so hard to say because he's been so inefficient due to a horrible passing game for years.
Aloha Sia says trade David Johnson for Davante Adams. I'll take that. I'll take Adams. What do you think?
Yes, but
I want to get rid of David Johnson. If I can get a potential top 5 wide receiver for him, I'm going to do it.
We told everybody to sell David Johnson a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Before this even happened, so hopefully that's already taken care of for a lot of people. But yeah, yes, I make that, but it's still going to be it's a gamble still because you don't know exactly when Davante Adams is coming back.
Full PPR, James White or Derrick Henry. Much love, appreciate it. Simple. What are you thinking?
And to say it was a full PPR or not?
Yep, full PPR.
I think I go with James White, and that sounds horribly gross in a full PPR. But Derrick Henry going up against the Tampa Bay run defense, which is top 5 in the league, at least we know James White's going to go out there and get you, 6 to 7 catches a week and give you that safe floor.
Sky Hilbert wants to know Sanu, Edmonds, or AJ Brown in the flex.
Can't do Sanu this week. AJ is a high risk. I think that big play potential is going to be there for him too. And who was the other one? Edmonds?
Edmonds.
Edmonds is probably going to be my choice there because I don't think that David Johnson plays.
Ryan tossing in some information here about the wind in Buffalo again. 20 mile per hour sustained winds. Wind would make that game a no-fly zone. He says all puns intended.
Perfect.
Nova Wolf in a standard. He needs us to pick 2. Evans, Woods, or Sutton.
Evans, Woods, Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Evans and Sutton this week. I mean, Sutton not having to worry about no more Emmanuel Sanders. Possibly a few more targets per game gives me a little bit safer option. Plus, he's been pretty consistent here on the season.
One of our longtime followers, Brian Hill, Drew Brees or Josh Allen this week, and I still have Josh Allen a little bit higher right now. But again, we got to check first thing in the morning.
Yep.
Manuel Valverde in a full PPR, Kamara, Mixin, Gordon, Cooks, and Boyd. Who should be his running back 2 and his flex? Keep up the good work. Appreciate that, Manuel. Definitely will. So he needs a running back 2 and a flex. Kamara, Mixin, Gordon, Cooks, and Boyd. If Kamara plays, we start him, right?
We do. We're just not going to know until right before the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's somewhat worrisome. So if he plays, he's the choice. If he doesn't, all of a sudden, then I fall back to plan B, which was probably going to be, you said Melvin Gordon was in there, right?
Yep, Melvin Gordon.
Yep.
And then Cooks and Boyd.
Yep, and then Cooks would be my next choice. I think Boyd, they're going to struggle, I think, for Cincinnati this week. A lot of people wondered why I didn't have Tyler Boyd as a top 30 this week. I don't think that offensive line can contain the pass rush of the Rams, and I think Andy Dalton makes a lot of mistakes.
Tom Padgett wants to know in a full PPR, Marvin Jones, Keenan Allen, or Brandon Cooks?
Marvin Jones, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks. Right now, Marvin Jones would probably have to be my choice.
Okay.
Why are you laughing about it?
For this next question, you ready?
I don't know.
Reunited and it feels so good.
It's got to be Chris. Is that Chris?
It is.
Chris, what's going on, Chris? Good to see you back, my friend.
And a standard need to pick 2, Keenan Allen, Kenny Stills, Chark, or Sutton. And I need some upside too because the other guy is stacked. He has Godwin, Cobb, Cook, and CMC.
Son of a.
So we need all the upside in the world this week. And if we need to pick 2, if we're looking for upside, I'm going to go with Kenny Stills this week.
I need the options again.
Stills, Allen, Chark, or Sutton. We need to pick 2.
Man. So it's maybe
I feel
for
like
me,
Kenny
it's between
Stills has a really high ceiling this week.
And I think that DJ Chark has a little bit of a higher ceiling this week also. I think they try to continue to get him involved in that offense in a good matchup for him going up against the Jets.
Is there anybody in the chat telling me to stop singing? Someone said, ouch.
If they are, they just don't know hidden talent when they see it.
I was going to say, I mean, I felt like I had some good notes there.
I don't know about that.
Caden Anderson for running backs and wide receivers. There is a whole lot here. Hold on. I feel like this is a statement, not a question. For running backs and wide receivers, I have Gordon, Jacobs, Henry, Sutton, Odell, Fitzgerald, Breida, Edmonds, and Keenan Allen. I need a lot of help.
Okay. I don't know what we're supposed to pick of what. So let's just give them 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs.
Okay, so Gordon, Jacobs, and Henry, and Edmonds. Oh, wait, hold on. Gordon, Jacobs, Henry, Breida, Edmonds for running backs.
As of right now, as long as he's active, I go Jacobs and Gordon for the running backs.
2 wide receivers, Sutton, Odell, Fitzgerald, Keenan Allen.
Sutton and Fitzgerald right now because we just don't know about the health of Keenan Allen.
Everyone that's left, who are we flexing?
Who's left?
You already said Sutton, right?
Yeah.
So Odell, Keenan Allen, Edmonds, Breida.
It'll be Keenan Allen as long as he's active for me.
Daniel Sanchez, hey guys, Josh Allen or Tom Brady, full PPR. So it's Josh Allen again, still Josh Allen for me right now, but we have to check the weather report tomorrow morning. If the winds are going to be bad all game long, if it's going to rain, then Josh Allen's going to take a significant hit for me. Full PPR. Also, do I start Edmonds regardless if David Johnson is active? He owns both.
Not in this game. I don't think so because this is just such a difficult run defense for these guys. I mean, the Saints are a top 5 unit in the NFL. I don't know if it helps if he's having to split carries.
Eddie Oliva just throwing out a little bit of love with the donation. Appreciate that, Eddie. Thank you so much. Jose Aguilar, Flex 1, Philip Lindsay, David Montgomery, Kenny Stills.
Kenny Stills, I think, is probably going to be the safer option. What? People making fun of you on Twitter, aren't they?
People are making fun of me. Wow. And it's Anna, now that I know how to pronounce her name correctly.
Yeah, well, good for you.
She just...
Here, I'm going to show it. This is what happens. Quick timeout, everybody. Quick timeout. So he kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier with Ryan, who's our DFS guy here on the channel. If you are interested in DFS, you have to get onto Patreon and sign up for our DFS tier. We have a lot of fun. Once you sign up for the DFS tier, we throw you into a private message group with all of us on Twitter. Myself, Kyle, Ryan, all the other DFS patrons are in there. We have a lot of fun. This is what was just sent to Kyle after he sang. Can you see it? Oh, yeah. Get it, girl. Get it. She's getting it. That's what was just sent to Kyle in that chat. So if you want to have some fun with us and you want to win some money, because we're doing some great things in DFS, head over to Patreon. Look for that DFS tier. We have a lot of fun with it, and there's a lot of success here so far in the early season.
I'm not embarrassed. However,
you're hurt.
Anna's lucky. She's one of my favorite people. Robert Wardlow wants to know, dealing with injuries to Ryan and Adams. One, should he play Darnold or pick up another quarterback? It depends on who's there. If Ryan Tannehill is out there, I'm picking up and starting Ryan Tannehill this week. Now, 2 for flex play. Stills, Ty Johnson, Crowder, or Latavius Murray.
It'd be Latavius Murray if Kamara sits. 100% for me. But that's kind of depending. If it doesn't, then I go Stills.
There you have that question. Scott Fiore, Mike Williams, if Allen starts or sits, Curtis Samuel or Frank Gore in a half PPR. We're picking one.
I'm dancing, Kyle. I wasn't listening. Who are they?
You were dancing?
I'm moving. I'm grooving.
Flex play, Stills, Ty Johnson, Crowder, or Latavius Murray.
It's going to be Murray as long as... Didn't we already answer that one? It's Murray as long as Kamara sits. If not, it's Stills.
Oh, yeah. My bad. I went to the wrong question. Scott Fiore, yes. Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, Frank Gore.
Right now, Mike Williams is going to be my higher rated one because especially if Keenan Allen does play, he may be somewhat limited. And if that's the case, more targets going towards Mike Williams.
Oh, boy. We have a lot of questions.
All right, let's go rapid fire. Hit the like button for the rapid fire. Here we go, Kyle. Read faster.
I have to get back to where I was at.
Yeah, there's always an excuse with you. Always.
Oh, man. We have a lot. There was a lot. I'm still going. So, okay, here we go. Raul Hernandez wants to know David Johnson, Mixin, or Gore?
Johnson, Mixin, or Gore. They all suck this week. Johnson, we don't know if he plays. Mixon's horrible offensive line. Give me Gore and cross your fingers.
Mark Cleveland, trade Chris Carson for Aaron Jones.
No.
Victor Contreras, I traded Lindsey for Joe Mixon. What's your take?
You're in some trouble.
Ryan Reyna, I have a lot of good matchups at wide receiver this week. Can't decide who to start. Need 3 in a full PPR. Hopkins, Galladay, John Brown, Juju, Allen Robinson. Hopkins, Galladay, Juju for me, correct?
Yep, absolutely. Hopkins, Galladay, Juju.
No name 121. Trade Latavius Murray for Joe Mixon.
No, I'm not actively going out and buying Joe Mixon right now anymore with that offensive line issues.
Rolando Prieto, what's up, peeps? What's going on, Rolando? Question for y'all. Flex spot, Breida Westbrook, Drake, or Davante, Bigfoot Parker?
It's time, Kyle. It's time. I'm recommending Davante Parker.
Oh, man.
My job here is done, Kyle. I'm done. I've never once said that in my life. I've crossed it off my bucket list. I'm just going to leave.
I hate Davante Parker.
Just kidding. I'm not going to leave because then I'd feel bad for you.
Frank says, I won last week thanks to you guys. Frank, we appreciate that. However, you can't win unless you set your lineup.
That's right.
That's you that's winning. Thank you. Does Josh Hill rank higher than Jonnu Smith with Drew Brees now starting in a full PPR? No, I have Jonnu Smith, and I'll even check my rankings real quick to let you know where they're at. Jonnu Smith, I've got at 7. Hill is at 10. I will likely leave Hill there for right now. I'm not going to bump him up anymore.
Agreed.
Eddie Olivia was offered Le'Veon Bell and Hollywood Brown for Mike Evans and James White. Should I pull the trigger? Yes or no?
Mike Evans and James White for Le'Veon Bell?
Yes, and Hollywood Brown.
I do that as long as I'm okay at wide receiver because I want Le'Veon Bell for the second half of the year.
And then Eddie wants to know Mason Rudolph or Ryan Tannehill this week. I've got Tannehill ahead of Rudolph. He says hashtag let it flow very soon. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. We'll be letting it flow soon. And by we, I mean Jake. GC wants to know Evan Ingram or Hunter Henry and LaShawn McCoy or Austin Eckler in the flex.
Right now it's Austin Eckler, I think, for me.
I have Henry at tight end 3 this week, so I'm going with Henry over Ingram. And then he says, thanks, guys. Hashtag Chubb Strong. Chris Pozo, full PPR, trade away Waller for Allen Robinson. Absolutely not.
Waller's like one of the only producing tight ends right now. You hold on to him.
He says that he has Kelsey and Hunter Henry as well, and his wide receivers are Boyd, Moore, Williams, and a Jets wide receiver. I don't care. That's not nearly enough value. Tell your league mates to pay up, or just hold them and play one and flex the other.
That, or like you said, offer them for like a king's ransom because you have every good tight end in football not named Austin Hooper.
Jordan Davis, Tyrell Williams, McCoy, Edmonds, or Jarvis Landry in a half PPR. Williams, McCoy, Edmonds, Landry.
McCoy.
Bruce Osmodeus. Sorry, Bruce. He's even asked questions before, and I screwed it up. Eckler, Edmonds, Singletary, or Ty Johnson. Pick 2.
Eckler, Edmonds,
Singletary, Ty Johnson.
It's gonna be Eckler for me.
Pick 2.
Eckler and not Ty Johnson. Man, who are the other ones?
Edmonds and Singletary.
I'm gonna go Edmonds and hope that David Johnson sits.
Should he start Ridley over John Brown due to the weather?
If there is bad weather, then yes, I go with Ridley. If the weather is fine, though, I have John Brown ranked higher.
Bruce says you guys are the best. Bruce, we appreciate that. Thank you. Lucas and Dell, Ty Johnson or Jacobs? Definitely Jacobs. 100%. Yep. I don't even care if he's hurt.
Nope.
Hunter Henry or Hooper? I've got Hooper at tight end 2 right in front of Hunter Henry. So that's where I'm going to go.
Grab that Hooper scooper.
I Shine 101, Sony, Hyde, or Edmonds in a PPR. Pick 1.
Sony, Hyde, or Edmonds. I'm going to go with Sony Michel. If there's bad weather, they're going to have to run the ball, and he's had over 17 touches for 4 weeks straight. Give me Sony.
Fear Op Yellow, should I trade Juju for Sony and Bell? Oh, wait. No. Juju and Sony for Bell.
Juju and Sony for Bell. As long as you have some solid depth at wide receiver, yes. I mean, I really want Le'Veon Bell second half of the year.
Hold on here. I think I may have missed. Someone said that I may have missed their question, so I'm scrolling back up.
I think you got it.
Chris said, he said that he thought that maybe missed the first dono, but
got it.
I didn't because I sang to him.
Yep.
Alejandro Caramana, Robbie Anderson, Tyrell Williams, or Ridley in the flex in a standard. Still Tyrell Williams for me.
Yep. As of right now. Yep.
Joe Briss, our man Joe Briss. Pick 2, Le'Veon, Godwin, Sutton, Davis, Galladay.
Le'Veon and Godwin for me.
Trevor Martin in a half PPR. We flexing Stills or Montgomery?
Stills.
Leader TV. This must be specifically for you because he says, Jake, you're the man.
I mean, he's not wrong.
My starting lineup, he says Hyde over Latavius Murray because he's got Kyler Murray, James Conner, Melvin Gordon, Julio, Evans, Carlos Hyde, Buffalo defense, and Matt Prater. So should he go Hyde or Latavius Murray in the flex? Kamara's out.
Yep.
Murray, right?
Yep. If Kamara is out, I go Murray. If Kamara is in, then I go Hyde.
Crater Loke says pick 1 in a flex, Latavius Murray, A.J. Brown, or Ty Johnson.
Latavius Murray, A.J. Brown, or once again, if Kamara sits, it's Latavius for sure. If Kamara does play, who was it between Ty Johnson and who else?
A.J. Brown or Latavius Murray.
I think that's now we get to the point where Ty Johnson becomes an option for me.
Marla says, you guys are amazing. Marla, you're amazing. Appreciate that. Tannehill or Breeze? Still Tannehill for me right now.
Yep.
Michael Edwards wants to know full PPR, Edmonds, Coleman, Metcalf, Golden Tate for the flex.
Edmonds, Coleman,
Metcalf, Tate.
I think I'm going to have to go with, did it say it was PPR or not?
Full PPR.
Full PPR. I think Golden Tate becomes an option there now.
Justin B, Tannehill, Darnold, or Minshew. Still Tannehill for me. Marvin Jones, Mike Williams, or Corey Davis. Standard.
I like all 3 of them this week. This is a very, very tough one. Mike Williams, if Keenan Allen sits, becomes very, very likable. Corey Davis, we've already talked about. And who was the other option?
You want to say Corey Davis.
Huh?
You do.
I want to say Corey Davis a lot. But, I mean, I've just been waiting for this guy to do something good for a year. I mean, look at it. You want to see how this is how long I've been waiting for Corey Davis. When he was first drafted, I have to keep it off camera so people don't make fun of me. I keep it off camera, though, because I don't want to show it because I'm embarrassed. But I like Corey Davis's upside. However, I think it may be slightly safer for Mike Williams if Keenan Allen sits.
He says, fan for years, love the show. Justin, we love you. Appreciate it. Oh, geez, here's another one. I'm so sorry. Anajay Gunmai.
There's no way that's right either. No way.
I'm so sorry. Start one. Cooks, Stills, or DJ Moore?
Cooks, Stills, DJ Moore. I'm gonna have to gamble a little bit and go with Brandon Cooks.
Mark Cleveland wants to know, he's got Zeke, Fournette, and Carson. Would you carry 3 handcuffs on a 6-man bench? He's got Dak as his backup quarterback and Ertz and Henry at tight end.
I mean, personally, I don't carry 2 quarterbacks. I would drop one of them there for a fact, especially there's obviously going to be options available. And if you have 3 stud running backs like that, I don't know if I keep all 3 handcuffs. I mean, especially, no, I couldn't do that. I need more depth at wide receiver on my bench.
Yeah. Nina and Benny V, I need help with choosing 2 out of the 4 on a full PPR. McCoy, Woods, Edmonds, or Chark. 2 of the 4.
McCoy,
Woods, Edmonds, Chark.
I would have to go with McCoy and Chark. Hashtag Chark Week.
Shane Arnold, need help. Started Cousins and Cook. Cousins kind of stunk. Need 2 wide receivers and a tight end and a flex. So, Tyreek Hill, Lockett, and Julio. Okay. And then Waller or Hunter Henry. I have Hunter Henry higher than Waller this week.
Yep.
And then he says he also has Fournette. If you're asking about flexing Fournette, I am flexing Fournette before I flex Tyreek Hill. Do you agree?
Yes, he is probably a lot safer at this point.
Shane said, thanks and love you guys. Shane, love you too as well. I think people are just saying love you because they want me to say love you back.
If that's how you really feel, then you're entitled to that opinion.
Shane.
Oh, God.
We love you.
Anyone who says love you,
anyone who donos and says love you, I will whisper love you back. Just like somebody out there wants me to whisper Tom Brady.
Oh, wow. I really feel weird having earbuds in right now. I mean, for anybody not experiencing this, earbuds is missing out.
Chris said, never mind, we are good. LOL. Much love. Appreciated, Chris. Love you, Chris. Jacob, Raymond, Juju, Fitzgerald, Cooks, Landry, or John Brown. We got to pick 3. Juju for sure.
Yep.
We already said that we like Fitzgerald too, correct?
Yep.
So then Cooks, Landry, or John Brown.
John Brown if the weather is good. If the weather is crap, then we go to Cooks.
Richard Tolbert wants to know Stills or Metcalf.
We're going DK, right? We're going DK this week, Kyle.
Edmonds or Lindsey?
Lindsey.
Joseph wants to know Cole Beasley or Robbie Anderson in the flex.
I mean, once again, it kind of depends on the weather. If it's really rainy, I think that really limits whatever upside of Cole Beasley, but he's more of a PPR option, a full point PPR. And the other option was who?
I don't know. My stuff just froze.
Perfect timing.
Oh boy. Why don't we I'm gonna have to restart my internet browser. Hold on. And it's YouTube. It's nothing else. It's just YouTube.
That's awesome.
We're still live, right?
Yep. It says we are.
Holy Lord, what is going on here?
I have no idea.
Okay. I'm gonna go back into YouTube. Give me a second.
You do that. Should I be worried about you, Kyle?
Man. The last time YouTube did this to me, it kicked me off the stream.
Well, they better never do that again. I will throat punch somebody. I think it was Robbie Anderson that was the question. It was Cole Beasley or Robbie Anderson in the flex.
Was that it?
Yeah. I think it was from Joseph P., right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and if that's the case,
still waiting for everything to start back up.
Right. If that's the case, I think Robbie Anderson may be safer if the weather is bad. If the weather turns out to be good for Buffalo, then I go with Cole Beasley.
It's not showing me all the questions. This is weird. I don't know what happened. All right, hold on. Let me get back up here real quick, and then we're gonna have to rapid fire even more. You ready for that?
Give it to me.
All right. Did you answer the Cole Beasley question?
Yes.
Okay. Jonathan Nixon, Wilson or Brady? Definitely going Wilson this week. He is my quarterback 1. Pick 3: Evans, Hilton, Watkins, Ridley, Sanu.
Evans, Hilton, Watkins, Sanu.
Ridley.
Ridley. Evans, Watkins, and Ridley.
Waller, Ingram. I have Waller over Ingram. Goff or Rodgers. I have Rodgers over Goff. Pick 3. Hopkins, Allen, Godwin, or Cooks.
Hopkins, Cooks, and Godwin.
Hyde or Michelle.
Michelle.
Trevor Martin wants to know in a half PPR his running back 2. Should it be Edmonds or Montgomery?
Edmonds if DJ sits. If DJ plays, I go with Montgomery.
And then he just says flex Stills, question mark. We've talked about him. We like him this week.
Yep, exactly.
Should I start Jonnu Smith over Mcdonald? Yes, I have him over Mcdonald this week. And does iShine 101, is he sitting Corey Davis or keeping Emmanuel Sanders in?
I would rather this week, I would rather play Corey Davis over Emmanuel Sanders. But I think going forward, Emmanuel Sanders has more options or more.
All right, he's asking specifically, can he play Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith together and be successful? I'm fine with it. I think Jonnu Smith is going to have a huge week because he's wondering if he needs to drop Sanders or Davis to pick up another tight end. I'm not doing that.
No, I wouldn't do that. Absolutely not.
George Moreno just responds and says, DFS member, big George Moreno. Yes, 100%. He's one of our DFS guys. He's hanging out with us on a weekly basis. Shane Vanace, Sanu, Anderson, Breida, Singletary. Pick one in a full PPR.
Sanu, Anderson, and Singletary?
Yep, and Breida.
I think Breida may be the safest option, but outside of that, now all of a sudden you're getting into a crapshoot, and I would just go with Montgomery and hope for some volume.
Stefan says pick 2, OBJ, Corey Davis, or Mike Williams.
Is this the first time I've ever taken Corey Davis and Mike Williams both over Odell Beckham?
Oh, boy. Irving Hutchinson says Edmonds or Melvin Gordon is a running back 2 this week.
Mevin. Put Mevin in.
Give me Mevin. iShine 101, Josh Jacobs or Chase Edmonds?
Josh Jacobs.
PPR.
Josh Jacobs. They're going to shoot him up with some good stuff. He'll be good to go for game time.
Francisco in a full PPR, 1 start, 1 flex, Chark, Hilton, Metcalf. Chark and Metcalf over Hilton? Yep.
We are bold this week, Kyle. We're going to be
Jamie
buried
Buck,
on these hills.
Darnold, Rivers, or Wentz at quarterback. I've got Wentz higher than Darnold or Rivers. Also need one for the flex. Stills, McCoy, or Austin Hooper. He's got Kittle starting at tight end already.
I mean, I think LaShawn McCoy has a safe floor this week. I don't know what you're looking at. Okay, Kyle's seeing things. I see dead people. He's out there. He's doing his best Sam Darnold impression, everybody. Look at him. He's looking for ghosts.
I hear a lot of banging all of a sudden. I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, unless somebody falls through the ceiling.
It sounds like it's coming from outside.
Perfect. All right, so now I've lost all train of thought. What were the options?
I did too. Are we flexing Stills, McCoy, or Austin Hooper? He already has Kittle starting. Austin Hooper, I have over Kittle this week. So I am definitely going to start Austin Hooper instead. So now are we going to flex Stills, McCoy, or Kittle? Because I don't like Kittle's matchup. To be completely honest with you, I don't love it. I don't love Kittle's matchup.
Right. I mean, I think McCoy is still slightly safer because I think they see volume, a little bit more in the run game in Kansas City with no Patrick Mahomes.
Our guy that shows up at the same time every single week, All My Girls Ugly, wants to know Juju, Robert Woods, or John Brown in a PPR. That's Juju 100%.
Yep, it is for me too.
Brandon Blevins, Evans, and Ty Johnson, too much for Chris Godwin. If you're getting Chris Godwin for that, I'm all right with it.
I mean, really swapping Juju for Evans for the most part?
No, Evans and Ty Johnson for Godwin.
That's what I'm saying. So you're basically swapping Evans for Godwin.
Yes, I thought you said Juju.
I may have. I'm not paying attention to myself, Kyle, but you know what I meant.
Okay, so I'm all right with that. Thomas Watterson, what would you do with Diggs, keeping him? Mm-hmm. We told you that weeks ago too. Do not give up on Diggs. We were adamant about that. Jake also called his breakout week. I also have Adams and Cup, so I've been happy while Adams is hurt. But Cy, number 4 right now, who should I target for him? I'm keeping him. I'm not getting rid of him because then you have Diggs, Adams, and Cup when Adams comes back.
Yeah, just keep him.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
What up, Jake and Kyle? What's going on? MSTG. What do us Davante Adams owners do? Can you trade him, and for whom? Is Nikhil Harry worth stashing for potential upside down the stretch with Gordon gone? Thanks and love the channel. Love you too. What are we doing here? I'm keeping Adams. I'm not trying to trade him because his value is far too low right now.
Exactly.
And Nikhil Harry, are we stashing him?
Personally, not really. I mean, maybe, unless you have a deeper bench, but had they not gone out and got Mohamed Sanu, then maybe. But once Sanu got there, I mean, they still have Sanu, Dorsett, Myers, Edelman. I just think it's kind of crowded at this point. I don't think he sees enough consistent volume to be a weekly play.
In a full PPR, Edmonds, Stills, and Ertz. No, it's getting louder.
Somebody's trying to come through the wall, Kyle.
And now I hear cars honking.
Perfect. Maybe you're having like an earthquake.
Oh, no, we don't have those here. Full PPR, Edmonds, Stills, Ertz, flex. Okay, Edmonds, Stills, or Ertz at the flex?
Man, I think Kenny Stills has the highest upside. Zach Ertz the safest floor. Personally.
Sorry, I'm texting neighbors asking him what's going on outside. He says he's starting Hunter Henry at tight end. I'm good with that. And assuming David Johnson is out, so that's where that comes from. And then he says he's going to start Murray if Kamara sits.
Right.
So
perfect.
Hopefully we answered that good enough for you, Mike.
Right.
Nate G, bench Boyd for Jimmy Graham or even Davante Parker in a PPR.
Right now, I have Davante Parker higher than Tyler Boyd.
Oh, boy.
The world is ending, Kyle.
Jessica, it sounds like it outside.
Yeah. And if people still want us to let it flow, I mean, I know we've been going rapid fire here, but we're only at 450 likes right now. We got to get to like 600 minimum before we
got 1,025 people watching. We should have 1,025 likes.
Okay, yeah. If there's that many people watching, hit that like button for us. We get to 700, I'll let it flow.
Oh, yeah, we're going to let it flow. Don't worry. We're just trying to get caught up. And there's still so many questions. Holy cow. You guys are awesome this week.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Let's go, Kyle. Pick it up. Talk fast.
I got to find my spot again.
Oh.
Jessica Ray wants to know Tyreek Hill or John Brown.
I'm going to say Tyreek Hill because I'm worried about the weather situation for John Brown.
Kellen Collins, Carne Asada or Carnitas?
Oh, Carne Asada, 100%.
Vic Chan, hey boys, with Matt Ryan out, who do you pick up and play? I keep saying Tannehill if he's out there. If you can get Tannehill, do it. If not, then you might just have to go with Schaub. Moore, Carr, or Tannehill? Oh, right there it is. Tannehill. Yeah. Do it. Tannehill. Perfect. And do you start Singletary, Montgomery, or Latavius Murray? Pick two.
Singletary, Montgomery, and Latavius Murray. I go Murray if Kamara is out. If Kamara plays, I'll go with the other two.
Cody Lee in a full PPR flex spot, Auden Tate or Sammy Watkins?
Ugh, disgusting. Cross my fingers and go with Auden Tate because I just neither one of them have that safe floor this week.
Max Skills 001. Should I drop Mixin for Josh Gordon or Curtis Samuel? He has CMC, Henry or Montgomery already.
And who does he want to drop?
Does he drop Mixin for Gordon or Samuel?
No, right now I just hold on to him.
Bryant Glover says, love what you guys are doing. Continue to grow and let it flow. Bryant, we love you too.
I gotta get rid of the dang earbuds. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Hamburger Helper, start two at running back. Latavius Murray, Ty Johnson, or David Johnson?
This one is so injury dependent. Obviously, Latavius Murray if Kamara sits. David Johnson, if he starts, I play him. If David Johnson sits or if Kamara plays, then you got to go with Ty Johnson. It just really depends on who plays tomorrow.
Kyle George says, hey, guys, keep it up. Love the work. Love you, Kyle.
Perfect.
Brissette or Breeze?
I got it out in time. I got it out just in time. I knew it was coming.
Brissette or Breeze? I have Brissette just a tick above Breeze, but that could be changing by tomorrow morning. Breeze, I feel, is probably a little bit safer given the matchup. Brissette has a really, really tough matchup this week.
Agreed.
Dennis Kelly, McKissick, Mixin, Freeman, Michelle, and Cohen. Pick three. Michelle, 100%. If it's Davante Freeman, that's two. If it's Royce Freeman, are we still playing? I would probably still play Royce Freeman
he's still
over
safer.
Mixin, McKissick, and Cohen.
Yep, so would I.
And then one more we got to pick.
Between McKissick, Mixin, or Cohen?
Yeah.
Ugh. I just roll the dice with Mixin and hope he falls into the end zone.
He's the one that's going to get the volume.
Yeah.
We know he's going to touch the ball.
Yeah. He's going to touch something.
Rachel Nicole wants to know Mike Williams or Marvin Jones if no Keenan Allen plays.
No Keenan Allen. I'm going to go with Mike Williams.
Tarab Ali says, I'm confused as hell again, Kyle. Sanders or Calvin? And am I crazy to start JD McKissick? I have nobody else due to Elliott on a bye. So Sanders or Calvin? And I would if you had to honestly, if you're thinking of flexing JD McKissick, I play both Sanders and Calvin and not flex McKissick.
Same here. That's what I would do.
Boostin' Trucks says pick 2, Marvin Jones, David Montgomery, Shark Week, or Corey Davis.
It's Corey Davis and Chark Week.
Curtis Jones, Davis or Chark in a full point PPR.
Oh, now I got to choose between both of my love childs for the week?
Yep.
I love Corey Davis this week, but I'm going to have to go with Chark Week.
Summon Ninja says
it's not Summon Ninja, it's Sumo Ninja.
Sumo Ninja. Whoa, sorry.
Get it right, Kyle.
Sumo Ninja 02. Been loving the intros lately, especially that one today. Now I added the one about today. I added that part. Full flex PPR, Breida or Brown?
Brown. Like which is that? AJ Brown?
J Brown.
John Brown. It's John Brown if the weather is good. If the weather turns out to be bad, then I go with Breida.
He says hashtag Kyle let it flow.
People are asking for it.
Vic Chan, hey boys, with Matt Ryan out, who to pick up, Moore, Carr, or Tannehill? Still Tannehill for me. If you guys haven't heard yet, I like him this week. And pick 2, Latavius Murray, Montgomery, or Singletary.
I mean, Latavius Murray is dependent on Kamara. If Kamara sits, we go with Latavius Murray. If Kamara plays, and you're stuck with the other 2, obviously. But otherwise, my next choice would probably have to be, I'm probably going to have to go with Singletary on the ground.
Let me just say real quick, I'm just quick pause here. Headliner Nation, you're freaking insane this week.
I mean, it's a little
appreciate
busy.
All the support. We've had a lot more viewers in all of our other shows than what we've had right now. We still have 1,062, which is absolutely awesome. But I think the questions this week are even more, which is probably because we got a lot of people fighting for playoff spots right now.
This is the time of year where things get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, but Headliner Nation, we appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Let's get back to it now. Josh Fee, we're picking 1.5 PPR. Jake, we're almost caught up, so let's get this. Pick 1.5 PPR. TY, Larry Fitz, Corey Davis. Do it.
Corey Davis.
Josh, go to your lineup. Start Corey Davis. Alejandro Carmona, pick 2 in a full PPR. Fitz, Jeffrey, Crowder, or AJ Brown?
Fitz, Jeffrey, Crowder, or Brown. I think Fitz is the safest right there. If you want to gamble, you go Jeffrey.
Irving Hutchinson in a half PPR. Flex, David Johnson or Edmonds. Lockett, Corey Davis.
I can only pick one of those?
Yes.
Lockett for sure.
Stuart Newman says Calvin Ridley, Corey Davis, Kenny Stills, Jamal Williams, full PPR. He says need 2 relievers. I think he means receivers.
Okay.
And 1 flex.
And
go ahead and say it again.
And who are they again?
Calvin Ridley, Corey Davis, Kenny Stills, Jamal Williams.
It's Corey Davis.
I'm sitting Jamal Williams. Am I bad for that?
I am too. I'm sitting Jamal Williams also. So I'm going to go with Corey Davis and Kenny Stills.
Kyle Janik says Baker or stream Schaub. It's a 2 QB league. Love the content, guys. I'll stream Schaub this week. I hate to say it, but I will.
Yep, Baker in bad weather and the New England defense. Pass.
Anna says people aren't clicking like because Kyle just violated their ears with that dirty name.
She's not exactly wrong.
Matt, it disappeared again. Whew. Matt, Cigars, Breeze, or Winston. I've got Breeze higher. Jonathan Hula, we got to pick 3. Pascal, Singletary, Crowder, D. Williams, T. Williams, half PPR. Definitely Tyrell Williams for me.
And Pascal is going to be another one.
And then Singletary, Crowder, or Damian Williams.
If you want to gamble, you go Damian Williams. If you want to play it a little bit better, a little bit safer, you go with Crowder.
Hugh Cole. I know it's gross. Start 2 in a standard. Hyde, Melvin, Jamal Williams, or David Montgomery. Need to pick 2 in standard.
Well, Mevin's one of them.
Melvin Gordon, and then Hyde, Williams, or Montgomery.
Hyde is going to be my next highest one.
James Robinet in a full point PPR. Tyrell Williams or Breida. I'm going with Williams.
Did you just say Tyrell? It's
Tyrell.
Tyrell Williams. I'm going to go with
flustered.
Tyrell.
I swear to God, I feel like my house is going to cave in on me. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Nope.
But between the wind and then basically whatever this other noise is.
It's Tyrell Williams.
I Shine 101, Superflex, Matt Moore or Derek Carr. Derek Carr is more upside this week.
Yeah, I would have to
Derek
agree.
Carr
Going against Houston, they're going to have to throw the ball.
Kyle McKinney in a full PPR pick 2. Mac, OBJ, Hilton, Metcalf, John Brown. I'll wait for it. But OBJ, Hilton, Metcalf, John Brown. You got to pick 2 in a full PPR.
My 2 highest rank right now are Metcalf and John Brown. But that is scary. And like I said, we're dependent on the weather. I'm not touching OBJ in that game. When we just talked about Baker. So who else do I got?
Hilton, OBJ. Oh, Mac's in there as well.
Mac is definitely going to be one of those choices.
He also writes, whispers, love you guys. Love you, Kyle.
Woo! Yeah, I'm getting quick on it.
Love you, Kyle.
Ah, son of a...
Matt Garcia, Alshon Jeffrey, or Curtis Samuel.
Who?
Alshon Jeffrey or Curtis Samuel?
Alshon Jeffrey.
Shane Fuco wants to know, so you don't play Latavius Murray even if Cam plays or Hyde?
It's Kamara, even if Kamara plays.
I know, but it said Cam. I'm just reading it, Jake.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't. If Kamara plays, I have to believe that he's healthy enough to get the workload that they're not going to just risk it with him at this point. So that's the only reason why I'm really not too overly interested in Murray if Kamara plays. So Hyde would be my choice.
Kyle George, let it flow. Kenny Stills, Sammy Watkins, Marvin Jones for the flex full PPR.
I got Marvin Jones the highest right now.
You Mad Bra in a half point PPR. Ridley, Edmonds, or Davis? Go ahead.
Corey Davis.
Frank Cardenas wants to know in a full PPR, pick one for the flex. Got a lot of names coming out here.
I can only have one.
AJ Brown.
And we only get one?
One.
Oh.
AJ Brown, Woods, Dorsett, Montgomery, Hyde, or Christian Kirk if he plays.
I would say Christian Kirk if he plays, but I don't think he will, so I say Robert Woods.
Boosted Truck says, thanks for the reply. First place in my league. Love you. Love you. Love you, Boosted Trucks.
Ha.
Sebastian Aldrich, Corey Davis, or OBJ? Do it.
Corey Davis.
Frank Cardina says, love you guys. Thanks for the help. Love you, Frank.
Oh.
Jonathan Nixon just wanted to say you guys are awesome as always. Jonathan, really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Vin Aurora says Watkins, Keenan Allen, or Kenyon Drake as a flex and a half PPR. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Vin. So Watkins, Allen, or Drake is the flex half PPR. It's got to be Keenan Allen.
It's got to if he plays, and if he doesn't, you just risk it and go with Watkins.
Irving Hutchinson, half PPR, pick 3, Tyreek Hill, Kupp, Lockett, or Corey Davis.
I can pick 3 of them?
Yep. Kupp, Corey Davis, Lockett, or Tyreek Hill.
I know. I can't go that much. Out of that one, I'm going to have to sit Corey Davis.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I can't. I got to go with Tyreek Hill, Lockett, and Kupp over him.
Okay. D. Clay Hill says, you guys are the best, Derrick Henry or Melvin Gordon.
I know I am being very bold this week, so hopefully Headliner Nation is understanding that, but I'm going to have to go with Melvin Gordon. Give me some Melvin this week, some Melvin Gordon.
Jake, we got 650 likes, and we've got some people that want you to let it flow, so let's do it.
Are we caught up enough?
Yep, get that helmet on.
First of all, don't tell me what to do.
Jake.
No, don't do it because I can't take my earbuds out.
Put your helmet. Oh my God, you've got it trapped in there. I'm just gonna whisper the entire time.
I got what?
You'll have it trapped in there, so you won't be able to get it out.
Once it's in there, it's locked in.
That's what she said. Oh God.
Whew. Oh wow. This one's gonna be rough, I think.
The questions have been coming in so fast. I have to literally write where we are so I don't lose it later.
Well, you're gonna lose it, all right. All right, we're warmed up, Kyle. Are we ready?
Warmed up.
Dang it, I forgot to drink of water first. Hang on.
Get it? That if you had spilled that all down the front of you, I would have busted up laughing.
That's all right. Whatever happens, happens, Kyle. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Let it flow.
All right, Caesar, is Henry worth starting? Well, it really depends on your other options. Personally, Derrick Henry's matchup is really tough, but he's still a running back too. Add Davante Parker, drop Jameis Crowder. Y'all got me the dub last week. Absolutely. Right now, I like Davante Parker a little bit more. Crazy to say that. Sony Michel or John Brown. Right now, it would be John Brown, especially being in his full point PPR, but it's dependent on the weather. Watch the reports in the morning. If there's rain, go Sony Michel. PPR, Gordon or McCoy. I got Gordon higher this week. Should I trade Carson for Bell? Half-point PPR. Sorry, was driving. Had to turn off the live stream. First of all, Eric, thank you for being safe. Second of all, let the live stream play while the phone's on the other seat. If I had to choose one, though, you had to pick between trading Carson for Bell. I really want Le'Veon Bell second half of the year. So, yes, flex spot, Jeffrey, Sanders, or Breida. Right now, I think I have Alshon Jeffrey the highest out of all that. Eric Castellanos, you guys are amazing. No, Eric, you're amazing for spending your Saturday evening with us here right now. Holy crap, they're going fast. Howard speaks as he's just farted. That's too much information, Howard. John Brown or Chase Edmonds. I'm going Brown, but if the weather's bad, I'm going with Edmonds. Coleman or Henry. If I can only choose one of them, I still have Derrick Henry a little bit higher. Ingram or Evan, or Ingram's for Evans. If that is Mark Ingram, maybe, then it really depends on who else you got. I need to have a lot of solid running backs if you're going to make that trade. Corey Davis or Tyrell Williams. Corey Davis. Let's see here. What about
Corey Davis?
Yeah, now he's whispering in my ear, and it is awkward. Let's see here. We got Chubb or Mac. 10-team full PPR. I still go with Chubb, especially if the weather's bad there. They're going to have to rely on the run game. Robinson or Tate. So it's Allen Robinson or Tate for Ricky Montez. Sorry, it's going too fast for me to really pronounce it correctly. Right now, in a full PPR, going to have to go with Golden Tate. Michelle or Edmonds Michelle. Steak or lobster? Steak. I'm not a seafood guy. Juju, Evans, Woods. Choose 2.5-point PPR. Right now, I have Evans and Juju the highest. Standard League, Latavius Murray or Chase Edmonds. I'm going Murray if Kamara sits. If Kamara plays, I'm going with Edmonds. Flex Eckler or Mac in a full-point PPR. Right now, going to have to go with Eckler there. Westbrook or Crowder. Give me Westbrook. Taste. Oh, it's Tate or Edelman. Wow, that was going so fast. Tate or Edelman. If the weather ends up being as bad as they say in New England, I'm going to have to go with Tate. Josh Allen or Matthew Stafford. Going to have to go with Matthew Stafford. Wow, a lot of people all of a sudden want to know about Golden Tate. I like Golden Tate this week, people. Bridgewater or Winston. Don't start Bridgewater. Why? Because he's not starting. Let's see here. Lockett or Edmonds at flex. Right now, got to go with Lockett in that matchup against Atlanta. Matt Moore or Mason Rudolph. Can't start Matt Moore. Going to go with Mason Rudolph. Michelle or Tyrell Williams. Give me Michelle. Full PPR, Fitzgerald or Corey Davis. Right now, I think Fitzgerald is still safer, but if it's me, I'm a gambling man. Give me Corey Davis. Let's see here. Should you trade?
Do it good enough.
Huh?
You don't whisper it good enough.
Well, I have a helmet on. I can't even hear myself right now. Boyd or OBJ. I don't like either really, but if I had to choose right now, I would say Boyd only because of the weather issues in that game. Let's see. Full PPR, Gore or Montgomery. Oh, man. Give me Frank Gore and cross your fingers. Adams, Godwin, or Julio. Pick two. Which Adams are we talking about? Is there another Adams? Because Davante Adams probably isn't going to play. So I'm going to have to go with Godwin or and Julio. Eric Gershutz just says love with a lot of exclamation marks. Love and a lot of exclamation marks back. Marlon Mack or Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon. Fire. Yes, that is fire, apparently. Pie or cake? I like both. If that's not an option, if I had to have one, I'm going to go with cake. Golden Tate or Derrick Henry in a standard league. Standard league, give me Derrick Henry. Dorsett or Sanu still. This week is Dorsett. Going forward, it will probably be Sanu. Eckler, Melvin, or Robert Woods. Choose two for your flex and a half PPR. I usually don't start two people from the same team at the same position, but this week I'm going with Eckler and Melvin. Edmonds or Tyrell Williams. If David Johnson plays, I go Tyrell Williams. If David Johnson sits, give me Chase Edmonds. How do I feel about Fitz this week? Fitz has been very underwhelming the last couple weeks without Kirk. However, they're going to have to get him involved in the passing game this week to score some points. I still think Fitz is fairly safe. Goff or Breeze? I'm still going to go with Goff this week. Hooper or Corey Davis? Corey Davis. Boyd or Ridley? Right now I got Ridley a few spots higher, but I'm not overly high on him either. Let's see. What are your thoughts on having DJ Moore starting or Auden Tate? If I had to choose one, DJ Moore is going to be my choice. Mixin or Tyrell Williams? Give me Tyrell Williams. Flow in a standard lead. Let's see here. MVS, Curtis Samuel, Robbie Anderson. I don't know how many I can pick from Not So Downtown, but if I had to put them in order, I have them the way you have them. MVS, Samuel, Robbie Anderson. Full PPR, Mac, Evans, or Jacobs. I don't know how many I can pick. I would go with Evans, Mac, and then Jacobs. Trading T.Y. Hilton and Tevin Coleman for Le'Veon and Tyler Boyd. Home run. Love it. Alshon Jeffrey or James White in a non-PPR. Now we're going Alshon Jeffrey. Tyrell Williams or Fitzgerald. I think Fitzgerald is still a little bit safer. DJ Chark or Tyreek Hill for a flex in a standard league. Gonna go with Tyreek Hill, but it's a gamble. Full PPR, Walton or Montgomery. Can't start too many Dolphins. I already like Davante Parker. Give me Montgomery. Ridley or Metcalf. I have Metcalf higher. Wow, I almost read that one. Glad I monitored myself a little bit. Let's see here. Golden Tate or Tyler Boyd in a full PPR. Give me Golden Tate. Should you add Josh Gordon? Not unless you have a really deep bench. Derrick Henry or Freeman in a standard league. That way, I'm still going Freeman, even though I don't know if it's Royce or Davante Freeman. That makes a difference. Brandon Cooks or DJ Chark. Give me hashtag Chark Week. Derrick Henry or Freeman. Ty Johnson or Tevin Coleman. If I had to choose one, I'm going Tevin Coleman. Edmonds or Tevin Coleman. Still going Tevin Coleman. Stafford or Breeze. Still going Stafford. Watson or Josh Allen. Give me Watson. Derrick Henry or Freeman in the standard. I think we've already asked that one. Wow, they're going so fast. Need two. Full PPR. Hyde, Pascal, Sutton, and Woods. I'm going to go with Sutton and Woods there being a full PPR league. Breida or White. Give me White in a full PPR. Trade Chubb for Bell in a standard. I do not want to trade Chubb at all, no matter what. Hold on to your Chubb. Just don't show anybody pictures of it. PPR Gordons. Don't know what that means. Coleman or Hyde. Definitely going with Coleman. Let's see here. What do we got next? Come on. Ty Johnson or Edmonds. It's Edmonds if David Johnson sits. If David Johnson plays, I'm going with Ty Johnson. OBJ, Stills, or Moore. If I can only pick one, I gamble and go with Odell Beckham, even though I'm not overly excited about it. Kenny Stills would be my next option, though. Mark Andrews for David Johnson? Question mark. If that is a trade option, it depends who your other tight end is. If you have a solid tight end, then yes, I would maybe do that, but it all depends. Tevin Coleman or Jamal Williams? Tevin Coleman. Golden, Tata, or Robert Woods? I'm going with Tatas all day long. Let's see here. PPR, or full PPR, Marvin Jones or John Brown for flex. I'm going to go John Brown if the weather is okay. Bad weather, check it before game time. If it's bad, going with Marvin Jones. Murray over either Michelle or Eckler if Kamara is out. If Kamara is out, I'm going with Murray over Michelle. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go with Murray over Michelle there. Well, that one was blocked. Glad I almost said that word. Rhymes with peanuts. Let's see here. Ridley or Davis? Corey Davis. Answer mine, please. I don't know what you asked. Do you see how fast it's flowing here? Let's see here. Hyde or Tyrell Williams? Hyde is still safer, but I like Tyrell Williams a little bit more. Ridley or Davis? I'm still going with Davis. OBJ, Cooks, or Samuel? Right now, I have Cooks highest rated out of that group. Winston or Brissette? Tough matchup. Give me Winston, though, this week out of those two. Jonnu Smith or Vance McDonald, half-point PPR? Give me Jonnu Smith. And I don't know how long that was, but I feel like I went for a long time, Kyle.
It was a really long time.
Wow. I mean, I was just feeling it. I'm not going to lie. That felt great.
You did. You did an excellent job. You were on point.
I mean, but I want to know. I know what you're going to say because you know that I'll give you a hard time if you give me a hard. I want to know what the people think. Did I do okay? Was that an okay let it flow?
Uh-oh, we got to give a birthday shout out here.
Oh, yeah? Whose birthday is it?
Raleigh E05 said, it's my birthday.
Well, hey, this is how in touch we are with our community. You ready for this, Kyle?
Birthday.
Oh, stop, please. However, this is how in touch we are. I'm going to blow somebody's mind right here because you said that, and happy birthday, 100% happy birthday to you. But that is also the same guy, and I'm not blaming you whatsoever. None whatsoever. It wasn't a hater comment. But you're the one that started all the DJ Chark drama last week. I remember comments. I go through them as much as I possibly can. Your comment on DJ Chark had over 100 likes and 30-plus comments from just yours. Congratulations, kudos to you. I remember that, though. That's all right, though. We're still boys. We're good.
Happy birthday to you.
Shane, quit making him do it.
Happy birthday. Okay, I'll stop now.
I mean, I'm already lightheaded as it is, and now I have to listen to you sing Happy Birthday.
I have to start playing a little guitar too.
Wow. Air guitar?
Just to sing happy birthday to people when it's their birthday. Oh boy.
I mean, you're gonna have to ask some more questions here because my mouth is a little parched.
Thomas Enoch wants to know in a half PPR we're picking two: Montgomery, Corey Davis, or Derrick Henry at Tampa Bay. We're going with Corey Davis and Derrick Henry there, 100%.
Corey Davis.
Grant Arroyo says start Nick Chubb this week against the Pats. If I own Nick Chubb, he is in my lineup.
I mean, you can't really afford to sit him at this point. I don't know if you'd have better options, even though it's a crazy tough matchup. But think of it this way. Le'Veon Bell found success on the ground last week against New England. He just kind of got game scripted out because they fell behind by like 30.
Rocky Road Warrior says pick 3 in a full PPR: Jones, Tate, Pascal, Tyreek, Chark.
How many can we pick?
3, and I don't know what Jones it is. I don't know if it's Julio or Marvin.
Okay, well, if it's Julio, it's going to be Julio. But I don't know if it is Julio.
Chark week. And then Tate, Pascal, or Tyreek in a full PPR.
I take the gamble and go with Tyreek.
Ryan O'Connell wants to know 3 must-have guys with the most upside at wide receiver and running back this week, asking for a friend.
He wants to know who they are?
Yeah.
Maybe he should be telling us who they are. Ryan out there asking us questions that he should be answering. Let's see, what was the question again? 3 wide receivers?
3 wide receivers and running back with the most upside this week.
Corey Davis is going to be one of them. I like Cortland Sutton a lot this week. I think Zach Pascal is very underrated because I think Chris Harris locks down T.Y. Hilton. So Zach Pascal.
I think A.J. Brown has an huge ceiling this week, along with DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf is another one who I was just going to say also somebody we like. Now, running back-wise, I mean, that running back is tough. I mean, there was not too many people that really succeeded from the running back position last week. Wow.
I think it's Todd Gurley week against Cincinnati. I don't know how it couldn't
Todd
be.
Gurley. I think he has a solid week, but I mean, that's somebody who, if you have him, more than likely he's going to be stuck in your lineup.
If there's no Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray this week.
Yep.
You mentioned Davante Freeman earlier with Matt Ryan being out.
Yep. I mean, it's not sneaky at all, but I think James Conner, as long as he's good to go, has a great week against Miami. Love Chris Carson again this week. What about Ronald Jones? Nah, I'm just kidding. We're not talking about him. He sucks still. He sucks still.
Vincente Perez says QBs Murray, Tannehill, and Schaub. Well, I've got Murray, Tannehill, and Schaub in that order.
Yes.
Shane Arnold says, love you guys. Say love you like 10 times. Hey, Shane. Love you. Love you, Shane. Thanks for the comment. Love you. I can't say it 10 straight times. Love you. Nick Lovin says John Kitna or Jamarcus Russell.
Oh, well, heck, this one's easy. I mean, if I had to go between Kitna or Russell, give me Russell all day long.
Oh, wow.
That offensive line is bad for Cincinnati.
Jason Oval says 10-team PPR, Hunter Henry, Evans for Gurley.
Hunter Henry and Evans for Gurley?
Hunter Henry / Evans for Gurley. So either or. If you're really, really, really desperate for a running back, then I'm okay with either of those, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want to trade Hunter Henry, but it's going to depend. If you don't have another tight end, but you have pretty good wide receivers, then in redraft, I'm okay with that. Because I think Gurley's going to see a little bit more usage as the season goes on.
Yeah.
Luis Garcia, Juju or Stills, higher ceiling and a standard. Juju 100% against Miami.
Yep. Give me the Juju with Mason Rudolph back.
And then for some reason, the chat all night long. It cuts off the very last question that's been asked. So whoever asked the last question of the night, I am so sorry, but we're not going to be able to answer it.
Can you tell who
right now it's Anna.
Oh, Anna, I can see her question. Her question says, Jake, it was a good flow, but I can promise you that it was shorter than you thought it was. It is always shorter than you think it is. Anna. I mean, wow. I wish I knew how to respond to that. I don't think that, I really hate that I can't get up and walk out right now. Thank you. I mean, at least thank you for saying it was a good flow. I mean, at least you started with a positive, so that was good.
Oh my God. That was awesome. That was such an awesome comment.
I kind of regret that I could read it, but yeah.
I'm crying a little bit. Oh man.
Wow. That.
Oh. She is from Texas, so that doesn't surprise me.
I'm just I'm at a loss here. Thank you for that, but man.
All right, so we're still going to answer a few. We're going to have to start wrapping it up here really soon. No 2-hour stream tonight.
Yeah.
But as we do with every stream, as we get towards the end and we answer a few more questions, we want some non-fantasy football questions. So throw us some non-fantasy football questions, whatever you want to. McLovin says, Anna just burned your ASS.
I mean, yeah, I got nothing. I'm at a loss.
Ali says, boys, please need an answer. Trade Zeke for Bell and Tyrell. What's your take?
Trade Zeke for Bell and Tyrell?
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the point of being close. As much as I like Bell, I really don't want to lose Zeke either.
Wendy's McNugget says, I think we need to up the rating on your channel.
To what? It's already rated as amazing.
Oh, man. Woo.
Let's see here. We got one from D Hazard the Goat. Has got a question, Kyle.
What's that?
It says, hey, guys. Told Kyle I appreciated him last week. Love you too, Jake. Love you also. Need a running back.
Can't take my thing.
You do my thing, so don't even. Need a running back 2 and a flex. Edmonds, Odell, Tyrell, Ty Johnson, and DK. So as a flex, for me, it's going to be DK Metcalf. For an RB2, we have to choose between Edmonds and Ty Johnson. Which one are you going with, Kyle?
Sorry, what?
Edmonds or Ty Johnson?
Edmonds.
Okay.
I would start Edmonds over Ty Johnson, even if David Johnson is active, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I don't like Ty Johnson this week. I think there's a whole lot of people that think he's going to have a really great week, and he's going to burn a lot of people this week.
All right, perfect. All right, George Enright says, you guys are great. 5 Guys or Culver's?
Oh, man. They're both super expensive.
That wasn't the question, Kyle.
Probably 5 Guys.
I mean, 5 Guys is cool because the bag gets all greasy with the fries that they just dump in there at the end. But Culver's with the frozen custard, I mean, I can't go away from that either.
Andrew says, if you guys weren't doing this, what would you be doing for a living? Well, this isn't our living.
Yeah, we have other full-time jobs. We have 2 full-time jobs, a real one and this one.
Yep.
That would be awesome if this was our full-time job, but right now it's not. I mean, we do have a Patreon account. If you're interested, go down below in the comment section.
We're actually working on that Patreon account right now to bring you guys some awesome exclusive, I don't want to say content, but some exclusive things. So anybody that were to sign up on Patreon, you're going to have some awesome things. We're working on it right now. Hopefully we get it soon.
Yep.
From Not So Downtown said, how did the guy who made the first clock know what time it was?
He got to make it up himself. That's awesome.
Somebody asked about if we play Modern Warfare or if we play Madden. Jake, you're not a gamer.
Well, I would be if I had more time, but I don't even get time to sleep, Kyle.
I'm actually thinking just a little tidbit for some people out there. I'm actually trying to work out some things so I can do some gaming streaming in the off season. So I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm working on a few things right now, but I did love to play a little Call of Duty back in the day. And by a little, I mean a lot.
Wow. All right, then. Hey, Kaiser AA17 has a question, and he's whispering it, so I'm going to whisper it to you.
All right, do it.
Love the show. Kyle, you're crazy. I'm playing for first place this week. It's a standard league, and I need 2 wide receivers and a flex. John Brown, Tyrell Williams, Allen Robinson, and Josh Jacobs. What do you say?
Williams and Jacobs. Who was the first one?
John Brown.
Brown, if the weather report isn't absolute crap when you wake up in the morning.
What if it is crap? You don't like
Then-
Allen Robinson? Why are you discriminating against Allen Robinson?
Then we'd have to go Allen Robinson.
Okay. Well, thanks for including him.
Mystical Child wants to know, will my girlfriend get back together with me? Love you guys. Love you, Mystical Child. I don't know.
After she just saw you get told I love you by Kyle, probably not.
Yeah. Yep. What else we got here?
Well,
What else?
Chapstick 1889 wants to know MVS Boyd or Davis. Pick 2.
MVS Boyd or Davis?
Do it. Do it.
Davis.
And MVS. Perfect.
Matt says, from what I remember correctly, you guys are in North Carolina. No. Jake's in North Carolina. I'm in Indiana.
Yes, I am in North Kakalaki.
He says, do you guys ever thought about doing a meet and greet or a football watching party real quick? Here we go, Jake. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
We mentioned it a minute ago. Okay, we mentioned it a minute ago, but I just want to throw something else out there. So, Headliner Nation, okay? Jake and I, throughout this season, have come up with so many ideas on what we want to do on this channel. More giveaways. We want to produce more content. We want to produce, we've talked about it. People have been asking for a podcast. We've talked about a podcast. We want to do stuff where we get out in the community to meet all of you that have been so awesome, supporting us, letting us do these things. We want to get out there. So the one thing that we're working on right now is our Patreon account and bringing some exclusive items to you, okay? On our Patreon account, you can donate $1 a month to the channel. $1 a month, $12 a year. We have over 78,000 subscribers right now. So if there's anybody out there that says, you know what, Jake and Kyle, you guys do a lot of really good work. Love what you do. Thank you so much. We want to see more of it. We want to see what ideas you have. We want you to get any of those things. If you can do that and support us with just $1 a month, that's one less McChicken, one less Wendy's McNuggets a month. That would be awesome. The link is down in the description below. We appreciate all the support anyway. If you can't support by donating $1 a month, we absolutely understand. We're not saying that you need to. We're not begging for anything like that. We're just letting you know that if that's something that you're able to do to help us produce even more content, we've got your backs because we've got a lot of stuff. I even told Jake that our new hashtag is going to be coming soon. It's hashtag Headliners 2020 because 2020 is going to be a huge year. I promise you all that.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about, it's been going on this entire month. We're giving away $1,000 on a video. That is $1,000 out of me and Kyle's pocket that we're just giving away to a random person in this community. That is what this channel is about. It's about giving back to people. This is not two guys trying to get rich quick on the internet. That's not what this channel was started for. That's not what it's about. It's about doing that. And we're seeing messages here on social media for the people who are following along. And one of the things that I talked about with Kyle, and it sounds totally crazy, but me and Kyle should totally rent an RV and drive across the country, just meeting and greeting people, watching games on Sundays, talking to people, playoffs game, whatever it is. It would be so much fun to pull up and tailgate at some games and just maybe do a show from the parking lots of places. That's definitely things that we want to do. Walk around, ask trivia questions. You get it right, we buy your parking for the day. Whatever it is, that's what we want to kind of get this to, like Kyle said. So yes, absolutely, $1 a month is something to really help this channel go to the next level if you're able to do it. Heath Rickenbach has a question also that popped in here. It says, if he's trading Odell Beckham, who should he be targeting? Be careful with trading Odell Beckham because right now his value is a little bit lower than it probably should be, and you're not going to get more for him. Wait till he has one really good game and then try to target it. Maybe get yourself a high-end RB2 depending on what it is that you need, though.
Got a few questions here real quick. Let me scroll back up. Were you taking care of the chat down below?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. Heath wants to know. Okay, that's the one you just got, right?
Yep,
Was
yep.
the Heath question?
I think so.
Perfect. Okay, about trading OBJ, who should he target?
Yep.
Okay. So Anna throws out there too.
Oh, great.
So here's the thing. So I posted this on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw it. If you don't, you hadn't seen it yet. So talking to my son earlier, I said, hey, what do you want to be for Halloween? And he says to me, what's the guy's name from Pokemon? To which I respond, oh, is it Ash Ketchum or something like that? And he goes, yeah, I want to be ASS Catcher for Halloween. I was like, buddy, I don't think that's going to go over too well.
Go ask your mother. Go ask your
mother. Yep. So, and he didn't say, and the way he said it was like he wasn't trying to say it that way. But oh my gosh, we just had our first proposal in the chat. McLovin is asking Anna to marry him.
Anna? I'm going to text Anna right now and be like, are you interested? McLovin is asking.
McLovin wants to know. Somebody, I can't say their name, wants to know who can throw a football farther, you or myself?
100% me. It's not even close.
No.
It's not even close.
There is no way.
Kyle.
I guarantee I can throw a football farther.
Kyle, there's no way.
Guarantee it.
No.
The next time we're together in Indy for the Combine, we're having this competition. Loser's going to have to pay up some kind of a bet.
Deal. I have
we're
no
live streaming it.
I have no issue because unless you can huck that thing about 50, 60 yards, you better pack a lunch.
Jake, if you throw a football 60 yards,
it's not going to be accurate.
There's no way.
Kyle,
I don't believe you. Don't believe you for a second.
Whatever.
Okay.
Hey.
Legend wants to know if we can adopt him. Well, Jake and I aren't a couple, so we can't adopt you.
Not technically just us, no. But I mean, we can adopt you into the Headliner Nation family.
Oh yeah, we're definitely. Yeah, Jake and I, we go to the Combine every year to scout the rookie incoming class. So if anybody is in the area, oh God, I just saw it too.
That's not going to happen.
No. Darius wants to know who can eat more cheesecakes.
Once again, come on. I mean, I feel like I'm at an unfair disadvantage here because I could probably win most competitions.
So, we're gonna have 3 competitions: who can throw the football the longest, who can eat the most cheesecake, and who can eat the most White
cheesesteak.
Castle.
He said. I thought
he said cheesecake.
It's just cheesesteaks.
Oh, still you.
Still me.
Still you.
As long as we don't have to eat the cheesesteaks and then throw it.
Jake, what's this other question that just came in from Lumi Lifestyle?
Lumi Lifestyle says AJ Brown or Tate in a standard league, Edmonds or Ty Johnson in the flex. So I'm going to go with Tate, hoping it's golden, and then Chase Edmonds for the flex.
Perfect. One other thing too, I just want to say as well, for everyone watching right now, we don't stop when the football season ends. We do a lot of stuff for the playoffs. We cover the Combine. We cover the draft. There is so much stuff that we do. Oh, jeez. Legend wants Anna and McLovin to adopt him when they get married.
Now we're just getting weird.
So we're going to be doing stuff all season long. So hit the notification button and hang out during the off season. Don't disappear. Hang around. If you like football, definitely hang out.
Wendy's McNuggets is asking who can eat the most Happy Meals in 10 minutes.
What kind of Happy Meals?
I don't know. Wendy's McNuggets is asking about Happy Meals, but isn't a Happy Meal from McDonald's? Sounds like Wendy's is cheating on his own brand. I'm going to say Kyle can probably do that, though.
Anna said, I don't accept marriage proposals from people I don't know anymore. All right.
Been there, done that.
I think we're about up at this point.
Yeah. Is there nobody else with any cool questions for us?
I don't know.
No cool
I
life
know you
questions?
got stuff you got to do.
I do. But we can answer a couple more life questions. We did an hour and a half of fantasy football.
I did. I answered some questions last week. I answered some dating questions last week. I answered some questions about getting out of the friend zone.
Somebody said, who can grow a better beard? Rick Gonzalez, me or Kyle? 100% Kyle.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, 100%. That's not even close. So I'll take the L on that one. Let's see here. Anton says, I should dress up as Chewbacca, you as Princess Leia for Halloween.
If you buy the costume and send it to me, I'll do it.
Wow. That's awkward.
Kalen says he needs life advice, but I don't know. I don't know what life advice would we need. Scumbag wants to know how we meet. We get this question a lot. We met because Jake reached out to me and said, yo, Kyle, I want you to come on the show. I came on the show. He asked me if I had crabs.
It's a match made in heaven.
2 peas in a pod.
Let's see here. I had another one. What was this one at? I lost it. It was a good one though. So Loomy Lifestyle again said he has Edmonds and Ty Johnson both in the flex. Is that good? It's okay. It's better if David Johnson sits for you. Let's see here. Who has more sports memorabilia?
You've got me beat.
I think I got you beat.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never compared it, but I probably have you beat. But a lot of the stuff that I get, I give away. So, you know. Yakmeister 305 wants to know if we even bench, bro. How much do you guys bench press?
I don't bench press anymore. I can't because of my shoulder surgery.
Let's see. What kind of answer can I come up with? The last time I bench pressed, it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago since I started the channel because I have no free time. And I'm not going to lie, it was probably somewhere right around 285-ish. I don't know. It wasn't anything
375.
No, I'm not going to come on here and lie about it. I mean, I'm not trying to get cool points for lying on the internet.
Ultra Lassie. I don't know if that's how they pronounce it. They want any tips for taking exams.
Great question.
This is a great question for all you college students out there. Number 1, study. Study without Netflix running in the background. That's what you have to do. But on a more serious note, you got to do what works best for you. And I always create outlines when I was doing it, and that's what I teach my students to do. So create outlines, especially the ones that you're having the most trouble with. So put like at the very top, whatever the subject is, and then the key points below it that you're like, okay, these are things I need to remember. So creating outlines is a really, really good idea for those of you that need help with that.
And depending on what type of exam it is, for me, if it's a paper written exam, I will go through every question before I even answer the first one, read all the questions, because sometimes question 15 may be answered by itself way down at question 80. Go down there and kind of, maybe give yourself some hints. It's true, Kyle.
No, Shaggy ET wants to know if he should be scared about a girl that's into him, but I don't want to say it out loud.
I don't know what it says.
Oh boy. You know what, Shaggy, you got to roll with whatever you're comfortable with. If you're not into that, then no.
Okay. All right then. Don't know what it's about, but I'm just going to go with
Quags wants to know any tips for stopping school stress. This is a big one.
Yeah, easy. Drop out. Just drop out.
If you're in college, you got to do something to relax, okay? You can't put too much pressure on yourself, especially this time of the year. It's 100%. This time of the year, a lot of things start to set in. If you have any issues dealing with depression or have any issues dealing with anxiety, we're going to get super deep here for a second. So bear with me. If you ever have any issues like that, this time of the year, especially in the northern states, when it's starting to get colder and things like that, you're going to deal with some of that stuff. And if you're also putting a bunch of workload on you with college, if you're trying to work a job anything like that, the number one thing I'm going to say to everybody is talk to somebody. Okay. If you're ever having any issues, if you're ever upset, if you're ever worried about something, if you just need to get it on the table, find somebody to talk to. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be worried about what people are going to think. Find a family member, a best friend. Heck, if you need to reach out to me on Twitter because you just need somebody to talk to, then reach out to me on Twitter. Okay. That's the number one thing is somebody in school, somebody, especially if you're away from your family and things like that. Okay. Always be willing to talk to somebody. Don't let it build up inside. Okay.
Got it. Way to go, Kyle. I mean, I almost started crying, but I controlled myself. But great advice.
Jason wants to know if we smoke weed.
Nope.
No, we don't. Never tried it. But I don't have anything against people who do either.
I mean, I don't. I don't have time nor money nor anything else. What else we got, Kyle? Let's do 3 more.
Somebody said this turned into Dr. Phil.
Well, after 90 minutes straight of answering questions, this is how me and Kyle kind of de-stress a little bit, is just, talk some normal life. 3 things, Kyle. We have 3 questions. I'm going to count down this way.
Hey, you guys are really cool. Keep on doing what you're doing, ?
I am Ron Burgundy?
I am Ron Burgundy.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Hey, who am I? Kyle, who am I? Right here. Focus. You're not even paying attention to me.
Sorry, what? Sorry, go ahead.
Who am I? I'm Nelson Aguilar. He's got really short hair. He doesn't.
That's not what I was thinking.
He doesn't extend. He has no extends.
Somebody said, Dodge says, if my girlfriend is going to break up with me if I lose, should I start MVS or Robbie Anderson? I'll go with MVS.
Yes.
Yep.
Giannis wants to know if this show stresses us out.
Live streaming doesn't.
No.
Trying to get enough content out for all of you during the week does.
I mean, literally, this is no joke. During the week, if I get 4 hours of sleep a night, that is a good night. Because we record every night, and we can't do things until the week is over for the most part. So we all record Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday are our days that we all record. And it gets stressful. And then when you have people down in the comment section that want to be total keyboard warrior D-bags, then that only adds to the stress at times, because we kind of want to go totally crazy, but we can't.
All right. Here's the last question of the night. Are we ready for it?
Hit me with it.
From John Smythe, who's the better Joker, Ledger or Phoenix?
I haven't seen the new one yet.
I don't care. It's Heath Ledger, 100%. I've heard that the new one is good, but there are not very many performances as good as Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies of all time. So good.
Yeah, I mean,
so good.
I hate to answer for sure without seeing the new one, but knowing what I know about Heath Ledger's Joker, it's hard to say that you could do much better than that.
Headliner Nation, thank you so much for an awesome Week 8 live stream. This was excellent. For the support, for the donos, for everything tonight, for the questions. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we answered a lot of questions for you. Hopefully tomorrow morning, I'm going to be jumping here on Twitter at some point in time. Or not Twitter, this isn't Twitter, here on YouTube at some point in time and answering a bunch of questions and things. So we are definitely appreciative.
Can I say one thing real quick, Kyle?
Yeah.
This is not really a shameless plug, but it's still somewhat, since there's still a few people watching. We had somebody leave a comment on Twitter for me today that kind of implied that we're a bunch of nobodies for the most part.
Shoot.
And I'm not going to elaborate who it was, but if you're interested in being a part of Headliner Nation on Twitter, I'm going to be 100% completely honest. I don't do a whole lot of seriousness on Twitter. I joke around 98% of the time, but I have fun with it. So if you have Twitter, even if you're not that involved in it, go follow Kyle and myself on Twitter. We don't care if we're verified or all that crap. We just want to go out there and form an army of people that can go and take it to the trolls. Let's go be troll hunters on Twitter. How's that sound, Kyle?
Let's do it.
I mean, Kyle's more Twitter famous than I am, but I like to have fun and make fun of people. not so much make fun of people, but make fun of like statements. It's a lot of fun.
Josh says, do you all ever respond to YouTube comments?
Josh,
we sometimes get thousands of comments on one video.
Yeah.
Yes, we do as much as we can.
You want to know about that real quick? I pay 3 people to answer YouTube comments, and that is on top of myself and Kyle answering comments. We do. There's just so many of them. There's no way to get to all of them. I wish there was.
Yep.
But there's the last time I checked, between Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media networks, we get close to right around 8,000 to 10,000 questions, not just comments, questions a week. We just can't get to all of them. Sorry. We try our best to get to them, though. What else we got, Kyle? Is that it?
I'm good.
Are you
Somebody
happy?
said, oh, wait.
Okay.
Edmonds, DK Metcalf, or Tevin Coleman in a PPR?
Evans, Metcalf, or Golden Tate. We can only pick one?
Yes.
Oh. Evans.
Evans, Metcalf, or Tevin Coleman in a PPR?
Evans is my highest ranked one right now.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for an awesome week 8. Appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. We'll be around until kickoff tomorrow, answering some questions, doing whatever we can. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Headliner Nation, you're the best. Love you all.
Oh, wow. Yep. Ending on that note, have a good one, everybody. We'll talk to you later.